Everyone around you seems fine until you start believing in yourself. And then something shifts. People get quiet or louder or just weird. Stay with me, because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see every relationship in your life. Picture this. You walk into a room, head up, shoulders back. You're not bragging. You're just calm. And someone who's known you for years looks at you differently. Maybe a little colder, maybe a little distant. You didn't say anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. You just showed up. And somehow that was enough to make things awkward. You go home that night thinking, did I do something? Am I too much? Should I tone it down, that discomfort you felt? That quiet guilt for simply being confident? That's not a flaw in you. That's a mirror on them. See, when you walk into a room knowing your worth, you don't just bring your energy. You bring a question, and that question hangs in the air like smoke. Why can't I feel that way about myself? They won't say it out loud. Most of them don't even know they're thinking it, but it's there, right beneath the surface. Here's the psychology behind it. When we see someone else doing well, not just financially, but emotionally, our brain runs a comparison. Instantly, automatically, without permission. Psychologists call this social comparison theory. But forget the fancy label. What it means is simple. When you shine, someone nearby feels their own darkness more, not because of anything you said, not because of anything you did, but because contrast is uncomfortable. And the human brain doesn't like discomfort. So it looks for a cause, and you're right there. Here's the part nobody tells you. The people who criticize your confidence aren't your enemies. They're your mirrors. Every eye roll, every passive-aggressive comment, every who does she think she is? That's not hate. That's pain, unprocessed, unacknowledged, pain. They look at your belief in yourself and feel the weight of every time they didn't believe in theirs. And instead of sitting with that feeling, they redirect it at you, because it's easier to pull someone down than to lift yourself up. That's the dark truth. And it's not personal, even though it feels deeply personal. So what do you do with this? First, you stop apologizing for your confidence. Shrinking yourself doesn't help them grow. It makes two people small. Second, you start seeing their reaction as information, not instruction. When someone flinches at your self-assurance, that tells you everything about where they are inside. It tells you nothing about where you should go. Third, and this one is powerful, feel compassion for them, not pity, compassion, because you've been there too. You've watched someone do what you couldn't, and it stung. You know that feeling. So do they. Here's what the most confident people know that nobody ever says out loud. Your confidence is a kind of permission slip for others to consider maybe they can too. Some people grab that permission. They let you inspire them. They grow. Others, they crumple it up because they're not ready. And that's okay. That's not your job to fix. Your job is to keep being you, fully, unapologetically, steadily. Because here's what I know for certain. The right people, the ones meant to be in your corner, they won't dim when you shine. They'll light up. Let me leave you with this. People don't hate your confidence. They hate what your confidence reminds them of. The version of themselves they abandoned. The dreams they talked themselves out. Of the voice inside that kept getting quieter. You didn't cause that. You can't fix that. And you don't owe them your smallness. Keep walking. Head up. Eyes forward. Because somewhere out there, someone is watching you and quietly deciding that maybe they can too. Be the proof, not the apology.